defending yourself.
That's right.
Any fool can do that,
Right.
or can show you how to do that. Standing there and doing, that's okay, but it's not self-defense. You know, you learn the basics. You learn meaning. You learn martial arts from not a submissive, but more from the word that I'm looking for is what is that word that I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
You know, martial arts can be taught compliance.
Compliance, okay.
What traditionally, the way we teach the martial arts, we teach it from a compliant point of view.
Okay.
Meaning we teach compliant art. Meaning you throw a punch, you stay there, you do this, you work it, you work with the wrist, you work with the joints, you whatever the throw. You teach the student how to apply the technique. Any person who wants to truly defend themselves, they need to learn compliant martial art. You cannot escape this. You need to know how to do how to ground yourself properly. You need to know how to stand properly, how to stand comfortable, how to maneuver a joint. If it doesn't work this way, it works this way. So you need to learn those. Those are the basics. You cannot escape that. Once you go through the levels, and that could take up to black belt. Once you get to the levels, then you continue training. You continue. Other martial arts don't go for more than that after black belt, but like in our martial arts, there are techniques up to 8th degree black belt. You continue training in your techniques that you're learning, but at the same time, then you add a different phase of the training, what they call non-compliant martial arts. Now you square off and you develop your sense of being with the techniques that you learn. You learn Katatechi Monji Ninja.
Right.
You try to use all the different postures. Why? You try to put them together into perspective because each posture is an attitude. So you try to implement that. If it doesn't come out right the first time, that's okay. Keep doing it and apply a block or something, and look for the opportunity to apply the technique. Now you're learning through martial arts, and it will take years to do that. You can't just go and punch, block, and I know how to defend myself. Really, you don't. You're just fooling yourself. You need to explain whether it's a woman or a child or an individual, a man. You need to explain that they need to go to what is called compliant training, and then continue training, but then
exactly
at this phase of training.
I wanted to ask you, as a female, what age do you think it's appropriate for a female to begin martial arts?
I don't think there should be a limit. I started martial arts practice as an adult, and I started it because I was going to the dojo and sitting there for hours on end waiting for my kids to finish their class.
Okay, so you said, I might as well get involved with this.
You know, I was
That's
missing
another way
gym
to
time. I was missing all kinds of time because I was sitting there diligently at the dojo every night watching my children train. And finally, one of them invited me to say, well, why don't you get on the floor and try? I'm like, oh, me, no.
Wow,
you
amazing.
know, because I was already a career. I had a career. I had a home. I had children. And you're thinking, no, there's just no time for that. But you make time.
Right.
You know, and now, not for nothing, but, you know, people do yoga, not because they want to learn the postures. They want to get yoga butt.
Right. Okay.
Martial arts is the same way for women. If women think that they can go somewhere and learn how to defend themselves and lose some weight or tone up, I mean, there's much to be said about a horse stance and a front stance.
Exactly.
You hold those postures and you hold them correctly, your body's going to start changing. You know, so there's that physicality, that physical aspect of martial arts is important to women also.
Right.
You know, women are juggling so many hats, and they've done this historically.
Yes.
That finding the time for them to nurture themselves is usually the last thing that they worry about. They become resentful after a while. They're not happy, and they're not complacent about the fact that they can't take care of themselves. It bothers them. So you have to appeal to that. You need to make time for you. What better way to do it than to learn how to defend yourself?
What is the best aspect of martial art for you, personally?
Well,
for yourself, the best. I'm saying
on the day
like
when
peak.
Shihan has really gotten on my nerves, and I get dojo and throw him around, life is bliss. I like that.
Okay.
Life is bliss.
That sounds.
No,
that
but
sounds,
I
that sounds
love
good.
that part. I love the fact that when I learn to move my body correctly and I learn to apply a technique correctly, I can pull it off. I can pick up someone who weighs 250 pounds and throw them and lock them out and do whatever I have to do. And I can do it.
Yes.
I'm 5'5".
Yes.
And I only weigh 90 pounds. No, you can't. But No, for a woman to be able to do that, it gives you a sense of accomplishment that you're not going to get from anything else, really. Yeah.
Brother, you are blessed with a gem of a wife.
Yes,
I wanted to mention, ask you, what ages do you take students? What would be the youngest that you would take in your school?
Well, we at the Five Centers International, we take our students from 2.5 years old. In fact, we have students of mine that are like those now, and they're here now. That they've been with me since they were 2.5, 3 years old. Now they're 15, 17, 14 years old. But we have a big group of 2.5 years old. Some people say, what do they do? You babysit? You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed to see a 2.5-year-old sitting in Seiza meditating, and you can count to 20, and they be still. And they relax their mind. You'd be amazing to see a 2.5-year-old actually doing a motakoto gyako, which is a wrist throw. So, oh, interesting, you know. But there's a way of teaching. There's a psychology of teaching. This is why education is very important. Not only you do to give it, but you to receive it, to educate yourself. Because there's a whole psychology of teaching. You're dealing with individuals. Individuals, not group of people, but individuals. Each person has a need. And as you deal with a group of children, you can see that each one has their certain needs, and you do certain things, you still within the curriculum, but you do certain things that satisfy their needs, that satisfy their curiosity, that makes them want to do more. 2.5 years old is a perfect, 3 years old is a perfect age to begin. Because whatever they learn, those first 2 years, it will stick with them for the rest of their lives.
That sounds good. I want to take this opportunity to once again thank both of you for coming down. To my viewers, you're going to be able to see Ariza and Sensei Rebecka on the Hector Bosa show, which is the home variety show. Catch them. They're going to be on his show. You'll see it.
Now, what would you call this?
Okay, we call this the cat call. It was an English label like that. It's called Kasumidori or blinding fire. That is the strike to the temple. That is a blinding technique. Notice how he draws the opponent and then he breaks him down. What do you do there? Notice all the strike. That's a very, very...
Okay, so try to catch them at it. Thank you very much.
I want to thank you so much for inviting us here, and hopefully next time we can talk about spirituality and the other culture.
Thank you. And I have to say that you've been one of the most articulate females that on martial arts that has been on my show.
Well, thank you, sir.
I have to say that. Okay, so to my viewers, thank you again for watching the show.
Manifestaciones políticas, líricas críticas, leyendas míticas o creaciones científicas. Relatamos poemas con un pesado mensaje. La lucha se lleva a cabo en más de un solo lenguaje. En la televisión dicen que somos terroristas porque causamos temor a capitalistas, racistas. Líderes piden paz sin primero tener justicia. El pueblo ya abrió los ojos porque entendió la noticia. Reciban la noticia, hablando sobre justicia. Nunca termina la revolución si nunca se inicia. Reciban la noticia, hablando sobre justicia. Nunca termina la revolución si nunca se inicia. Aquí les va la segunda batalla consecutiva. No teman bombas suicidas, son las que vienen de arriba, que matan, desgarran mujeres, niños, también ancianos. Por eso digo verdades al extranjero y paisanos. Dicen que el sur de Florida repleto está de gusanos. Por eso es que mis hermanos cubanos siguen aislados, porque en Castro tienen un líder que niega a venderse. No se les hinca a los tiranos que reinan en el oeste. Saddam no quiso venderse, por eso los invadieron. Cientos de miles murieron porque sionistas quisieron. No les importa la vida de los que no sean judíos. Muchos se quedan callados porque se meten en líos. Reciban la noticia, hablando sobre justicia. Nunca termina la revolución si nunca se inicia. Reciban la noticia, hablando sobre justicia. Nunca termina la revolución si nunca se inicia. Saludos a mis hermanos de